How do y'all feel about... Oh, what the fuck, green screen? 1 second. What the fuck? No. Alright, 1 second. Let me fix it. Well, this doesn't seem great. Technical difficulties? They really shouldn't have technical difficulties. Alright! Hello. What in the low budget stream is this? Y'all aren't used to this yet? How do you guys feel about the song? This is the one song in the album that I really could go without. I don't hate it. It's a vibe sometimes. Depending on the moment. We finally figured out the green screen settings. Finally. This is the song of the album, though. Surprising. Yeah, first time I listened to it, I loved it, but I did not think it would be one of the ones that took off. Who the hell's going home? Well, it seems like it's going to be Cam or Brooklyn. Brooklyn seems the most likely outcome, but Cam's a possibility. I think just about everybody's rooting for Brooklyn to win the arena. I know I am. Ready for Sabrina Carpenter tonight? What's she doing tonight? You seeing her live? America said something, and she's going to hate me publicizing this information, but I think it's important. She says she doesn't have enough of a discography to be selling out arena tours like this. Like, you know she's going to end up having to play Thumbs. That's not good. But, that being said, I'm about to play it. Brooklyn kind of dumb, though, because putting up Quinn is one less of a vote for Tucker. Yeah. Brooklyn needs to stay. I hope so. That's just the way of the world. You start again. JPR, thanks for the gift. Thank you, Chewy, Chiara, and Nicholas for the subs. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate it. It's been a shitty few days for me in America, as you guys could probably predict. As y'all could probably predict. We announced the watch party. We've been stewing on this for a long time. So we knew Bowie was coming to Nashville, and it lined up with when we were planning on doing this anyways. That's super fun. I think Red's a maybe. Maybe some other guests. Should be fun. I'll stop the music for a second. It's not very appropriate. So we can talk about it for a second. You know, I think there's definitely an argument to don't give it any attention, but I think it's important, especially for people who might want to go. Some troll on Twitter, presumably, whatever, and Angela Stan, which is not a fair descriptor for all the other Angela Stans out there, threatened to shoot up the event in a quote tweet and a response to the tweet, and they're fucking insane. That's been established. We all know that. Which obviously brings up questions of, like, do we still do the event and whatnot? Now, 99.999% chance it's nothing. It's a troll, but for that 0.001%, you've got to heavily consider not hosting the event because it's not worth it. Watching an eviction live is not that important. So we went to the police, of course, and I will say, just a brief criticism of the Nashville police. holy fuck, not helpful. Like they're not functional. But currently we're in the process. We've already filed a police report, of course. And we're in the process of working with Twitter to find out who the individual is, so they can, be dealt with, because you can't threaten to shoot up a place as a joke, or presumably not as a joke, which would be a whole other thing. But look, I think it's important that this kind of thing happens so these people can get held accountable, and that's where we're at. The one thing I ask of you guys, of course, and I don't want you all to start becoming internet detectives. That's not your job. But if anybody knows who this person is, because I know Twitter is very interconnected, just you do one of two things: reach out to the authorities, or DM it to me so I can reach out to the authorities. Thanks, America. So I'm not saying you guys should go find out and reach out. It's not your job. But if you all know, because I know some of you are on Twitter and a lot of mutuals and everything, feel free to reach out to me via Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and we'll report them to the police, and hopefully they can get, I don't know what the punishment for this kind of thing is, but they should definitely get that punishment. America and I have basically committed to, basically the venue is talking to the city and to the police department to figure out what they want to do, because obviously if it's not worth, if they want to cancel on their side, that makes total sense, but we're in the process of seeing what the deal is there. We've offered to pay for private security, myself and America, out of our pocket, because it's a free event. It's going to stay a free event. So obviously safety is the number one thing. If safety is not there, the event's not going to happen. Obviously. And that's kind of a thing that should go, honestly, regardless of if this kind of threat's going to happen. I think we always were going to hire private security, but now we're hiring probably more private security than we would otherwise. It's insane that Twitter just lets them make a new account. I mean, I assume they're doing VPNs. Also, so the event's sold out, but is it really sold out, or are there trolls making fake accounts to buy up tickets so no one shows up? Buy up tickets, they're free. We're working out ways of verifying people's identities as well, just to make sure, ultimately, if we show up and no one's there, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's more so for people who want to be there. We want to make sure they have the opportunity. That's why people charge $5 to $10 because of that. Yeah, I mean, there is some legal problems with charging for a CBS event, charging for a Big Brother watch party when we're not affiliated with CBS. What you would have to do instead is attach some event to that. So it's a free watch party, but you're paying to watch a Q&A with Cory, America, Bowie, and Riley, But yeah, we'll have some tickets available at the door, assuming some people are not going to show up. Not a ton, but not affiliated. You were on the show. Yeah, but that doesn't give me the rights to sell stuff on behalf of CBS. Report their new account too. Yeah, do all that. I mean, they're just going to create a new one, but But the important part about it is we've got a lot of people coming to town. Bowie, Riley, some other people. So we'll get to hang out, probably have Bowie on stream. Be very fun. And the event's going to be great, assuming it happens. And to the person who's doing it, I'm sure they're watching, or they'll watch eventually. I don't know. I just hope you become happier in your life, I guess. I don't know. I don't have too much to say. Hope you seek help. People are too comfortable on Twitter. I think there's a big difference between people being hateful on Twitter and calling me fat and calling America a whore, and that is people being too comfortable on Twitter. Threatening to shoot up a place is mental illness. And I don't mean to say mental illness as a pejorative, obviously, but clearly this person is mentally unwell. So. Yeah. I think that about covers it. I don't know what there really is to say. It's just been a bit. America and I called the police yesterday, and they were like, all right, we'll send somebody out to file a report. It took 3 hours. No one showed up. I called them back. It was funny. I'm 911. I called them again. I'm like, hey, so just an update. And they're like, we're busy. It's going to take a while to send someone out. I'm like, that's crazy. So then we went to the actual department today, and we knocked on the door, basically, and they didn't even take us in the station. They just walked outside the door with a notepad. I was like, all right, what's the deal? And they wrote up a police report, which doesn't do very much. But I'm family friends with a sergeant in a police department, and through those means, we can reach out to Twitter, file a legal complaint, and then they can, from there, find that individual. And again, do whatever they want to do. America wants to confront them herself. And I'm like, well, this doesn't. It would be a crazy thing to put on the Patreon, but that's not probably the wisest thing to do. Holy Chad, yeah. The police. Well, it's funny. So I was in a hit and run a while ago. I was the hit. No, I was the one who was hit. And then the other person ran. It wasn't super crazy. It was just like someone's merging in and they hit my car. It's about a year and a half ago or something. And I called the police to the scene or whatever. And it took them like 2.5 hours. Like, look, I'm a big proponent of defund the police, but let's defund the police and make the police more efficient. Can the police just do better? You know? Get a carrier permit and start packing? Absolutely not. I would be what's her name from, what was the movie? What's that TV show called? White Lotus. I'd be what's her name from the White Lotus? Just shooting the pistol around. Jennifer Coolidge, that's the one. Police need more training and accountability. Yeah, of course. I agree. With the accountability part especially, because I think ultimately, like, you choose a career of policing. It's somewhat telling. Somewhat. How do you feel about twitch.tv/Kamala Harris? Is she going to raid me after the DNC? So, just so y'all know, we'll just chat about this for another 5-10 minutes. Just because I think I'd rather talk about all of it now and then not talk about it after. We're going to stream up until the episode starts. Then America and I will move over to Patreon where we'll watch the episode live with whoever of y'all wants to do that. We'll send out a YouTube link on the Patreon. And then I'll be back after the eviction to stream and wait for a new HOH outcome. Just a chill night stream. Drink a little bit. That's the plan. Are you going to the Survivor event? Yeah, so CBS announced a official Survivor event happening in Nashville. We'll definitely be there. I'm trying to see if I could use my clout to get in special. I probably should reach out to Zach. I'm sure he knows how to do this kind of thing. Okay, it's just openly pirating the stream. I like that. But yeah, it's been just an annoying little day because ultimately the person's goal, I assume, was just to get the event canceled. And regardless of whether that's their goal or anything, like we're not risking anything. If there's any, indication that the event should be canceled, it will be canceled. And that's the correct decision by all metrics. So we'll see. I just want to be very transparent about the whole thing. The nice thing is the tickets are free, so it's not like we're going to rip anyone off or have to repay. Like, it just is what it is. But I would love to host the event. It'll be fun. And, I see people saying, like, oh, anyone associating with that account is way too deep. They're not worth talking to. Again, like, Twitter has very toxic people. A lot of trolls, a lot of haters, a lot of personal attacks. Then there's this. Like, this is a whole different thing. So, why try to get it canceled doesn't make any sense. It's just, they hate us. They hate me in America. America says no, they're obsessed. I think it could be both. Tucker might go down as the greatest player ever. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, so that's kind of what me and America are talking about. Like, we need this person dealt with, apprehended, or at the very least, receive whatever warning or whatever. Because they will just do this forever. the harassing on Twitter is, we could deal with that. We could block it, whatever. But when it comes to threatening, our safety is one thing, but people who are inviting to an event safety, like, that's not, that is not something we can just be like, well, we'll try to deal with it down the road. Literally criminal. Yeah. Why do people care that much over a reality show? I mean, if you just look at their Twitter, they're nuts. It's not, it's not like they're not just like a reality TV stand. They're insane. Reality TV Twitter is full of people with no boundaries, to put it mildly. Again, like, I get what all you're saying. You're all right, but I think this is not like a testament to reality TV Twitter. Like that, this is a disturbed individual. What the police say they're doing now? We have a report filed, so is what it is. But now we're reaching out to Twitter directly to figure out who the individual is. They could track the IP address and go from there. You're right, Tropic, but I don't mean to, like, shit on any of you guys. Like, you guys are right. Like, reality TV Twitter is crazy, but this is its own thing. The baby doves, they're good. I mean, I think, we don't see them because, like, the bird's on top of them all the time. You have to take it seriously, too. Oh, there's never a question in that. Like, however unlikely it is that it's anything serious, we're taking it as if it's a bona fide, like, serious, threat with a lot of legitimacy to it. Like, you have to. If we were, like, if it was just me in America, we take it seriously. The fact that it's an event where we're inviting fans, like, will go way harder than anyone would expect. Like, we're getting, if the event goes on, which I think it will, but you can't be certain, there'll be a ridiculous amount of security because that's important. Bowie is staying with us. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. The Anonymous is really good. Isn't Xavier eliminated already? Or did I just see something on Twitter that was wrong? Spoiler. Look, I just see stuff on Twitter, y'all. Y'all are really watching The Anonymous at 10 or like at 11 p.m. Eastern? Good for you guys. Good for you. On USA. It doesn't look like I'm out of focus. It's fire. Okay, that's good. Okay, anyways, let's talk about Big Brother. Let's talk about it. So, right now, I believe we're at the situation where we were last week. There's one AI arena outcome that gives us a really exciting vote. As it stands, does Tucker have a decent idea that Chelsea would stay over Cam? We're taking care of it, don't worry. No? I mean, Rabina all but told Tucker that everyone wants to keep Chelsea. All but told him. So if he's blindsided, it's going to be another one of those moments where, like, he's just not, listening to what people are telling him. He thinks only Cory will give a sympathy vote? Yeah, because they're the two black women left in the house. I think I saw that conversation. Well, good on Cory, because Cory has a level of plausible deniability now, being like, hey, I told you where I was voting the whole time. So Brooklyn winning the AI arena is probably the best outcome that would lead to Chelsea, Cam being evicted. Seemingly, Chelsea winning the AI arena would mean Brooklyn just gets evicted. They're not going to die on this hill to save Brooklyn. They don't care about her, which would be a shame. I think Brooklyn's been really fun this week. Her campaigning she gets personal. It's crazy. But, like, first of all, let's talk about this. Do you think it is worth it for Chemo, Tikor, and Rabina? Let's just talk Chemo and Tikor. Is it worth it for them to keep Chelsea? Blindside Tucker. Is it worth it? Yes, no, no. It's kind of a mixed bag, right? Now, here's the thing. I am slightly concerned, if I'm Tikor and Chemo, of you keep Chelsea and you keep Brooklyn, because Brooklyn would stay there in that case. And then you'd have Chelsea and Brooklyn together still, with Quinn still there. Like, it gets a little dicey, because all of a sudden, instead of it just being you all against Tucker, you kind of have this third side now. Because Chelsea and Brooklyn are going to link back up immediately. I know Tikor is hopeful they'll target each other, but that shit's not going to happen. Chelsea's already talking about coming after Tikor. I assume she won't if Tikor saves her, you know? If they flip this and not tell Quinn, they would tell Quinn. Quinn's basically already on board. Here's the problem. If you blindside Tucker, right, and then Chelsea and Brooklyn are still there, you could definitely make the argument of, well, Tucker still has to deal with Chelsea and Brooklyn. But I would not be surprised if Tucker was, like, bitter and he's like, I protected all of you guys. I'm going to go after you guys first. Like, you guys are the real snakes. That would not surprise me at all. Especially if Rabina, like, betrays him. I think he'll feel like he was made to look like an idiot, and then that's who he'd target. I don't think it's a known thing that Tucker would target Chelsea and Brooklyn. I think Rabina could calm him down. It seems like Rabina has no sway with Tucker. Tucker likes Rabina, wants to protect Rabina, wants to bring her far, but Rabina cannot convince Tucker of anything. Frankly, I don't know how easy it would be for any woman to convince Tucker of anything. Just honestly. It seems like only Joseph can, and even then, Joseph has a tough time sometimes. I am watching the Challenge 40. He can't play HOH. I know, and look, it's a good time to betray Tucker, because he can't play HOH. But obviously, if you betray Tucker, what you're hoping for next week is Tucker being evicted. But with AI Arena and with a veto, that's kind of hard. Maybe AI Arena ends this week. It ends this week and Instigator starts next week. That's a possibility. But does anybody think the AI Arena is ending right now? Is that the paramount theory? I think they love it. It depends if jury is starting. We should get an announcement on that today, right? She'll say you made the jury, or she won't. I would not be surprised if the arena ended today, just because that means next week they could do a double eviction. And it would be just like our season, basically. Double eviction right at the start of jury, right before jury starts, you know, that kind of thing. Zombie Week 2.0. Straight up. Has anyone done the math yet on the 90-day season? Like, how does this work? They just keep going at this pace. Is there not going to be a battle back, we don't think? I like the 7-person jury. I know it's a rare opinion, but I like it. I'm doing all right. Gooner for Granny. Jesus. Probably a jury battle back. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think every time they do, like, I think they're done with that kind of thing. I think from now on, they're going to do it like the way Jag was saved or Zombie Week, some way where they don't have to go to the jury house or the hotel. They keep them on the set somehow. You know what I mean? I think they're done doing the whole, like, keeping people somewhere else, then bringing them all back for a battle back. A pre-jury battle back is off the table, for sure. They haven't done that in a bit. They haven't done it since season 20. 20 was the last time they did it. His 21 Camp Comeback was not it. For competitions, I mean, I have no idea what the AI arena will be. I think we're due for, like, when it comes to HOH, they just did the wall. They recently did, like, a knockout comp. They already did a booth comp. It could be another booth comp. I mean, that seems likely. It could be another booth comp. It could be... I mean, they've already done one crapshoot. They only did one our entire season, basically. Maybe it'll just be something new? Puzzle of some sort? Maybe. I would be furious if they did a crapshoot this week. The 1 week where Tucker can't play, that's the crapshoot week. I'd be so mad. I hope it's fucking hurdles. What was your spot? My spot was in the game room, which was stupid because you have to do it upstairs or downstairs. So I would have flopped. All right, let's do it. Best HOH outcomes. Let's do it. So Angela. Let's think about it. Angela would put up some combination of, like, the remnants of Chelsea and Brooklyn. Maybe Quinn. She would just be Tucker's pawn. I think it would be fine. I think this would be a fine outcome. It would just be funny for Angela to have a third HOH. That would be basically the only silver lining. It'd be Angela's third HOH. Like, what the fuck? Brooklyn would be a good outcome. Obviously, it would be like, fuck him up, Brooklyn. You know, she's just going to target Tucker. She'd probably put up who? Like, Tucker, Angela, and Quinn or something? Tucker, Angela, Joseph, something like that. I don't think she would put Quinn up, honestly. I know that's her plan. I don't think she would do it. I think Joseph is more likely. I think it'd be Joseph, Tucker, and someone. If there's only 2 noms, I think they'd backdoor Tucker. Cam would be... Is Cam a chaos one? What the fuck would Cam... I mean, it wouldn't be chaotic because it's Cam. But I think it'd be a great outcome. Thank you, Allie, for the 9 months. Like, what the fuck would Cam do? Do what Chelsea says? I feel like Tucker's kind of got his grasp on Cam, too. Quinn. Probably targets Quinn. Yeah, what's up, Joey? Glad you got the gift. Joseph and Quinn with a Tucker backdoor. That's a pretty exciting week. I think that'd be fun. I think Cam would be a fun outcome. Oh, Cedric. My guy. Chelsea. Oh, man. I think Chelsea might be chaos. I think Chelsea's one of the best outcomes you can get. Chelsea would be great. Because I think Chelsea has a little bit more nuance than Brooklyn, because Chelsea has better relationships than Brooklyn with, like, Takimo and them. She'd probably put up... I mean, would she put up, like, MJ? I think Chelsea put up MJ, right? Not going to put up Quinn. Joseph. I mean, what the fuck would Joseph do? You know what I mean? Like, he's going to throw it, I think. I mean, he said he wants to win it. But I think Joseph would be interesting. I don't think he would do whatever Tucker does. Because he wants to protect Quinn. He's probably throwing it. She said Leah and Joseph. Yeah, I mean, she said she'd put up the people who haven't been nominated yet. But I don't trust that conversation from Chelsea. She was just trying to campaign. Like, I don't trust that's her actual desire. I think Chemo would be chaos. What the fuck would Chemo do? Let me just put T-Core here, too. Chemo and T-Core would be awesome. Because they could do the easy thing and put up, like, Leah and Joseph. But even then, that'd be bold as hell. I think Takemo is the best outcome. Mackenzie and Leah, I mean, that would upset Tucker. They wouldn't put up Quinn. Kimo will do whatever Tucker says. I don't think so. Cory would be up there all week. I almost think Chelsea's like here. Like Cory and Kimo would be so much fun. I think MJ is the only person they would definitely target. But I think they would. I think Cory would backdoor Tucker would be the idea. Leah. What the fuck would Leah do? I mean, Leah would just target Chelsea, I guess. Oh my god. What would Leah do? Do what Tucker wants? I think it'd be fine. I don't know. It'd be annoying. Leaked. Yeah, you guys see all my source code. MJ. I would enjoy MJ. I think MJ would be fun. I think MJ would be a good time. She's just a ridiculous person. I'd be here for it. Thank you, 965 all. How are you doing? Who God would want to nominate? Exactly. Quinn. I mean, look, Quinn's target would be obvious. His nominations, I mean, he would just put up MJ. He'd put up MJ, and then that second spot is tough. I mean, he put up Cam if Cam is there. And obviously the plan would be to backdoor Tucker. But I don't know who else he would nominate. Angela? I guess, yeah. MJ and Angela. It would just be fun. I'd be here for a Quinn HOH. Rabina. Is Rabina a crazy outcome? What the fuck would she do? Because it'd be Tucker versus Takemo to try to pull Rabina into something. Rabina would actually be super fun. It'd be like a Bowie Jane HOH. Everyone's just pulling her different directions. MJ, Leah, and Quinn. Yeah, but I think it would become like... I mean, she wouldn't backdoor Tucker. I think Rabina would be good. I would like this a lot. Tucker can't win. Actually, we'll put Tucker in the in case they introduce some way he can play. Because I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. That's the list. Right now, I would give it like a 9% chance Tucker's able to play in the next HOH. I couldn't explain why. And yeah, Ainsley would be a crazy one. So there's the list. There we have it. How risky is Tucker to have on the stock watch this week? I think Tucker is one of those people who, like, if he makes it through this week, he's got a lot of runway. Because all of a sudden he can play an HOH again. Seemingly one of his allies must have won to get rid of someone else. Why 9%? Just feels right. Feels like the right number. How we feel? We got any questions? I quit if Tucker is eligible to play this week. Yeah. I don't know who to buy stocks on. I think it's look, call me crazy. I think it's a Quinn week. I think you start buying some Quinn stock. I think you buy Quinn stock. I think Quinn has a lot of runway all of a sudden. Does AI Arena count as a comp win? Yeah, it absolutely does. And I know you could say, like, oh, it's only one of 3 people, but you have to be nominated to even be eligible for the comp win. Like, it's a comp win. The Roadkill's a comp win. Kaser winning the Safety Suite's a comp win. A comp win's a comp win. What are you going to do?
You guys are snakes.
Nobody told me anything. You observe a lot when you're in those situations. I'm reading body language. I'm reading everyone. Everyone tells me things, and I can read between.
It's so annoying when he says the exact layout of the alliance. Like, he says the exact alliance, the onion structure, the pentagon, and he's like, it was just body language, it was just reads. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
You guys played me for a fool in this game. You thought I was just a competitor. But look who's happening. Look what's happening now.
Somehow Quinn comes off of the block, and now I'm on the block with not only 2 of my closest allies, I'm being accused of running all of these alliances and being the ringleader of this house. I think Quinn sold me out, and I got some damage control to do.
I'm aware of everything in this house, because I've been in every position in this house, and that's what happens. Your words mean nothing to me. The truth shall prevail, like I've been saying, and I said it to Cedric, and look where he's at.
Tucker is calling everyone out, and I'm in the splash zone, but with the things that he actually said, I didn't really get that wet, you know? And then I kind of...
Hey, yo, Quinn.
Pretty new necklace at the end of it, so I'm feeling pretty okay, honestly.
Damn, he's the exact fucking type of player Twitter would hate. He's just the exact wrong kind of delivery in the DR for this audience. Thank you, Des, for the Prime. 13 more subs, so we're back at 1,000. It's gonna be really sad the day where I'm like 460 more subs to we're at 1,000. But I did watch the challenge. Shout out to Cara Maria winning another elimination, tying the record. Do you think they will do Invisible HOH or AI HOH for Chaos? Yeah, they'll do some variant of it. Love Polly's attitude. Exactly. Look, here's what I'll say about challengers. They're amazingly, like, I respect the shit out of how much they try in the diary room. In confessional. Like, when they do their confessionals, even though obviously they've already lost the elimination, they sell it, they make themselves look goofy, and I appreciate that. I've not watched The Anonymous yet. The format of the challenge it changes every year, but there's a challenge at the start, and there's usually like someone who gets last place or someone who wins gets to pick, and whatever. Some way they determine 2 people to duel off against each other in an elimination. One person wins, one person leaves, and then we keep going until there's like 6 to 10 people left, and they do a final, which is like some marathon of challenges, and the winner wins. Do you think Tucker gets the call for the challenge? Of course. Yeah. Paulie got unlucky by getting a Hall Brawl. He would not have won any of those eliminations. He would have had a chance in Locked In or whatever it's called, but all of them were too physical for him against Theo. The Tucker Quinn Hamilton edit, I have seen it. It's not nearly as good as the Steve Vanessa Hamilton edit, but it's good.
Everyone knows I have the upgrade, so I might as well just shoot from the hip. Maybe I can pick up the pieces of my game.
They're making Tucker Hamilton. That's a great. That's amazing. Alright. I never got this far in the edit. This is good. Oh, Dad, I got chills.
On the wall, it doesn't even really feel like it's me versus Tucker. I really was up there thinking about all the people in my life who's like not giving me the respect I deserve, and that's my motivator.
So good. What can I say, Alice? So good. Let me. All right, there's a like. Oh, can I vent for a second? People are so annoying on social media when they're like, "What? See, Tucker's a hypocrite. He said Quinn can't make all the alliances, but he can." And they said the same thing about me with Suri. Like, Cory lies all the time. Why is he calling out Suri and Jared for lying? He's also in a lie. But, like, you're playing a game. So, like, you're supposed to call out other people's lies and not call out your own. You know what I mean? It's so annoying. Tucker's delusional. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Tucker takes it personally when people are scheming. Look, here's what I'll say about Tucker and Quinn, though. I don't enjoy their rivalry very much because it's fake. Like, both of them are aware of how the rivalry is playing on TV, and they're trying to play it up. You know what I mean? And they're too self-aware about it. Like, they call it the WWE and stuff. How the vote is going? You mean the AI instigator? I think it's going to be Tucker, but it could be Joseph, maybe. How would you have handled Tucker? I probably would have been Joseph. I don't know if I would have been able to do it as effectively, because I think, unlike Joseph, I spent time with basically everyone in the house, at least for the first half of the game. That's not even true. I spent time with a lot more people than Joseph, so I don't think I'd have my claws in Tucker as much, but I think I would definitely kiss ass a bit. It might be my relationship with Cameron, when my relationship with Cameron was good. Where, like, I would just let him kind of talk down to me. Be like the little minion guy. In his head, at least. It's real deep down. Yeah. No, Quinn would absolutely target him. I mean, look, I think Quinn being the one to get Tucker out would be fun. I think it would almost be more fun if it was like T-Core or Kimo. Or Rabina, but that would never happen. Do you think this is a good season? Do you think you can beat Blue in a slip and slide? I think the season is good. I think I would beat Blue in a slip and slide. Yeah. It depends. Like, the longer the slip and slide, probably the worse I would do. Like, if it was a true endurance comp, but I think I'd beat Blue. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, okay. Damn, America's locked in. America was saying that's a quote from the house. Me saying, do you think the season's good? And Cameron saying, do you think you could beat Blue and slip and slide? I think I could beat Blue. I beat Blue in most of the timed competitions that we did. Just the endurance stuff, she smoked me. Do you think Brooklyn was getting revenge on Angela by eating her cheese and meat? No, I think Angela's insane. But, you know. Jared versus Sandra's daughter, who's on the Anonymous. Wasn't Sandra's daughter on, like, Survivor Australia? I would say, based on all the Survivor players, or Big Brother players who want to play Survivor, they could put together a crazy cast. Get Tyler, Danielle Reyes. Like, I almost think they should do that, CBS. They should just have a Survivor season of all Big Brother people and a Big Brother season of all Survivor people. I think that would be crazy. She was on twice? That's crazy. You play Survivor? Of course. I think I'd prefer, honestly, to play Big Brother again than play Survivor, which maybe is a hot take, but I think Big Brother, I think I'm more suited to it, honestly. Equitable comps would help, but, you know. Tony on live feeds? Oh, it'd be crazy. I would say it'd be a bad deal for the Survivor players because Big Brother is a much shittier experience, and all of them who were probably beloved would be hated afterwards. But, you know. I would be so irritable on an island. Yeah, I don't think that'd be my problem. I think I would just have, like, I'd be bad in the team challenges. I'd have to really get in shape. Right now, I'm pretty in shape. Like, I'm stronger than I've ever been. But it's just, you know, I'm not in shape to do Survivor. How would I have done if I was on BB26? I'd be good. I think I'd be similar, though. Like, I think I'd play the middle. People would think I'm sketchy, but I would have a couple good relationships and then come off as too big of a threat at some point and not be able to win comps. I think that would be my trajectory. I know Sandra's daughter's on the Anonymous. Yes, Nina. What's worse, have not for the whole season or no food 30 days in Survivor? I think there is a special kind of torture in Big Brother when you're a have-not because everybody else gets to eat food and sleep in normal beds. Like, the 1 week where everyone was a have-not was actually pretty easy. Being a have-not with everyone else is not bad, but when you're a have-not and everyone else is eating and cooking and, like, that shit's pretty brutal. Personally, I would rather play Survivor for 26 days than be a have-not for 100. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Cameron did hide his eating. He was very, very nice about that, specifically. They should bring back the have-not comps. Absolutely not. Oh, it's one of those frustrating things. Everyone's like, bring back food comps. It's like, y'all want to watch, like, stupid-ass a billion DRs about competitions that don't even matter? Oh, my God. Feeds are being cut for a food comp? I'd be so over it. Look, I think the way they do have-nots currently is fine. I think it's goofy because, like, they play such a role in the house, but they have no impact on the edit at all, so it's like, why are we even doing it? But it's fine. There's bigger things to worry about. It's just cut out have-nots entirely. Yeah, but, you know, it's not like it's pricey for them to do. Would you bring back PB&J? I don't know. I think have-not's fine. I don't have that much of a problem with it. I just think it's harder than you guys would think. Like, that first week of the show, I didn't eat anything. It was so bad. They do it so Haskas don't gain too much weight? Definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, I don't think most players gained weight in the house. Like, I understand, like, some do, but, like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I guess for me, I was, like, losing weight because of all the stress, and other people were stress eating. You know? The slop just tastes like unflavored oatmeal. It's worse than that, because you got to put some stuff in the oatmeal, like some vitamin powders and stuff, to actually get any nutrients. So it tastes, like, chalky and weird, and it's really, like, it's steel-cut oats. It's not, like, good oatmeal. Are cold showers a thing when you're have-not, or am I making this up? Yep. I did not like the cold showers, but that was fine. I didn't give a shit. America said that was, like, her least favorite part, but I guess she had to, like, wash her hair and stuff. But I would just go in and out. It sucked, but, you know. I would say the part of have-nots I didn't give a shit about was sleeping, because I was always in the swing bed, which is fine. What were the beds like? Well, our season was weird. Like, our beds, like, 2 of them were just big, like, plastic things that were just like uncomfortable, and then there was a dog bed which was cozy, and then a swing bed which was just a bed. We had a very easy have-not room, especially when it became like 2 or 3 people being have-nots. The beds this year do seem terrible, but you could bring up comforters and stuff. So, like, it's really not as bad as you'd think. Like, again, like, the first week of have-nots, we weren't sure about the rules. So, like, I would say the worst year of have-nots ever was BB15. Like, what the fuck are they supposed to do here? Like, what is this? Like, how do you do this? Where do you... I guess you put these things up and then you just lay down like that. Did most people just sleep on the floor? They weren't allowed to sleep on the floor? Look up BB Can 5. Okay. What the fuck is this? Big Brother Canada is so fucking cool. This one is basically the same. I guess it's just cold in there, but... Yeah, this one is a pretty awkward have-not room. I mean, at least this one... I think this is the worst, though. Like, what the fuck do you do with this? The wedding chapel one? I'm unfamiliar. Let me see. We'll do that stream one day. Rating all the have-not rooms. God, this Imgur link is breaking my computer. Oh no. Alright, I think I got rid of it. Oh, this is so funny. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? You just sleep on the benches, I guess? Home decor. Like, what was the theme? They slept on the floor. Okay. Big Brother Canada, damn. I just wish their creative department... I'm not even saying for twists and stuff. Like, their twists are fun sometimes. Some of them, they do too much. But I just wish, like, their design department was BBUS's. You know what I mean? Big Brother Canada has awful twists. Yes, but some of them are fun. Like, safety chains are good. I thought the movie night massacre was fun. I'm gonna get drunk and no one knowing. They had a Fitbit sponsorship? Wait, what am I looking at? I cannot chip in, sorry. Was this just because of her punishment? She just smoked everybody? America knows when the episode is. Don't you worry. Yes, I guess everyone's gaining weight, huh? Not everyone. Yeah, not everybody. I mean, it makes sense. Like, the people who are, like, on our season, like, Matt probably gained the most, but it's because he's in the best shape. Like, that's kind of what happens. Like, whoever's in the best shape and goes to the gym the most and eats the best is gonna gain weight in the house. Whereas me, I kind of eat like shit anyways. I go in the house and I eat like shit. It doesn't make a difference. Like, Frankie is in shape and Devin's in shape. That makes sense. Cory in America, like, Dead by Daylight when? I don't think we're going to get that stream. I hate to disappoint. What the fuck did Alice just make?
Dear Alexander, I am slow to anger, but I toe the line as I reckon with the effects of your life on mine. I look back on where I failed, and in
Ain't no man about to tell me how I'm playing this game, and he'd be wrong.
Your disrespect. Now you call me immoral.
There's a queen snake who I'm calling Medusa, and yeah, that's Brooklyn.
I have the honor to be your obedient servant.
I believe that it is Brooklyn.
The reason no one trusts you. No one knows what you believe. I will not equivocate on my opinion.
So
I have
dumb.
always wanted on my sleeve. Even if I said what you think I said, you would need to
Yeah,
cite
there's a
more
lot of
specific
liars and a lot of snakes.
Here's an itemized list of 30 years of disagreement.
Sweet Jesus.
You guys know I had Hamilton memorized, right? Is this surprising information at all?
I have not been shy. I am just a guy in the public eye, trying to do my best for our republic. I don't want to fight, but I won't.
Alright, it's not surprising.
That your game is fake and I'm seeing right through it.
Okay, well, you can continue to think that,
I
but you're
will.
wrong.
Servant Abraham.
I think he had a worse impact on the Democratic Party than Trump had on the Republican Party. What do you guys think? Good take. I love the musical. It's just he's so corny. He's very corny. He was a Federalist nerd emoji. Nice one. Who is the special guest for the DNC? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Jag. Straight up. I don't know if Jag would take a political stance like that, but I bet he called the DNC. It's Beyonce, you guys think? Oh, you guys really think it's Taylor Swift? Y'all wish. As if it'd be Taylor Swift. That's not Taylor Swift's MO. I'll tell you what. Taylor Swift is like Michael Jordan. No respect for either. Take a stance. Michael Jordan's like, both Democrats and Republicans buy shoes. Mike Pence would be hilarious. I hope it's not Mike Pence. That kind of shit pisses me off when, like, people cheer on Republicans for being anti-Trump. It's like, yeah, but what you still believe in some crazy shit. Taylor is known to be anti-Trump. I know, but she's definitely not as vocal about it as others. But she also gets criticized the most for not being vocal, which, a lot of people are not vocal about it. Does a celebrity endorsement really sway? I think some celebrities do. I think Taylor Swift is probably, like, in a rare position where, like, her voters are not all Democrats. You know what I mean? And they're also young and impressionable. Most of them are too young to even vote, but that a lot of them aren't. Mitt Romney? Mitt Romney would be so unexciting. We know Mitt Romney hates Trump. Like, I think it's going to be LeBron. That's my guess. It's going to be LeBron. And I'll be sad. Who do I want for HOH? I want T-Core or Chemo. I think T-Core would be the most fun, HOH. Are there any young, impressionable people here we can sway? Well, y'all don't know where I'm voting, do you? Is there any chance it's PPG? You want to talk about the Love Island reunion for a minute? Because it was ass. Terrible reunion. They did a bad job. I don't think anyone came off as likable in that entire reunion, except maybe Serena and Cordell. I liked Serena. I thought Kaylor was annoying because it was just so transparent what she was doing. And I thought Janae and Leah were kind of annoying because it was like, yeah, Andrea sucks, but like, it just feels like they're acting differently because of how much they were beloved, and like they're acting with the force of 1 million fans behind them against someone who everyone hates already. I like Leah because Leah, I think, always opens her mouth no matter what, like, especially about things that have nothing to do with her, and sometimes, like, when she's not even on the right side of something, but she always just has to say something. The Nicole and Kendall stuff was fucked up. Yeah, it's a weird situation, because if I'm Nicole, like, I understand being upset with Kendall lying, but you have to be able to recognize that this is not about you. And I think, like, she clearly had a very tough time with all of this, and she's getting a lot of hate. But she doesn't recognize that, like, just because she's reacting to the hate much worse than everybody else doesn't mean she's the only one getting it. I thought she came off as very, very unlikable and just inconsiderate and unempathetic. Thoughts on the final 3 of the hottest BB male tournament? I think Joseph's the right answer, but that's just me. I don't know. I really don't like these Love Island relationships for the most part because they all feel fake. Serena and Cordell maybe aren't, but like they were not even together that long, and then they're all just playing for the cameras the whole time. Big D was robbed. Yeah, he was mad he wasn't even on the ballot. How was that determined? Did she just decide who was going to be on the ballot and who wasn't? Because I'm glad I was on the ballot, but tough matchup. Janae and Kenny are real? I don't think so. I don't believe at all in Janae and Kenny. I don't believe in Miguel and Leah. I think Serena and Cordell are the only possibility. I mean, Big Brother being the superior show, it just makes sense, even more than, like, The Bachelor.
Literally, fuck off.
Thank you, Rune Queen, for the 5 gifts. I appreciate you. How are you doing? Total of 175 of the channel? Oh my god. Almost at that 200 number? You're crazy. It's for clout? I think they like each other, but I just think it's, you know, they're a couple from a show, so they'll stick together for a bit. But I appreciate it, Rune Queen, again. Congrats to everyone who got a sub. Thank you, Jomi, for the Prime. Only 6 away from 1,000. We're at 994 right now. Would BB be delayed because of the DNC? I couldn't tell you, honestly. We'll see. I'm going to get off in about 5 minutes so we can get the Patreon stream ready and America and I can relax for 5 seconds.
Literally, fuck off.
Who do I think wins the 2024 election currently? I think Trump. But I'm optimistic. I am optimistic.
Literally, fuck off.
I'm much more optimistic than I was before. Delayed on the West Coast. Okay. Vegas has Trump, which scares me. I think elections are more simple than people make them out to be. I think very often what it comes down to is how is the economy at the moment? And if people are doing very poor economically, then they're going to vote for the other party. Because they don't understand the dynamics of, like, obviously inflation is going to happen when there's a global pandemic. And the economy is entering a recession. Like, they could talk about record job numbers or whatever, but we are entering a recession and it's only going to get worse. And Biden's the president right now. I think you could kind of argue, like, well, Trump's an exception. He's so erratic and ridiculous that, like, and maybe, but I think ultimately it's still just what matters. There's no way in hell I'd vote for Trump. Me neither, trust me. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of smart. Like, obviously, Biden not running is good because he was a terrible candidate. But, like, the idea of instead of running an incumbent during a bad economy, you run someone new so you could still promise, like, fresh change, new ideas, that kind of thing, despite maintaining control of the White House. I think eventually people are going to be very skeptical because it's like, well, you're all Democrats. Like, why are you guys not getting it done? Oh, I definitely think we're entering a recession. Every sign that we're entering a recession is there. The only sign that isn't there is the stock market, but the stock market is, like, super deceptive right now. Super deceptive. Because, like, the big three companies, like Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, like, the big five tech are doing great, but they're not really doing great. Like, most of the stock market's down except for these big companies, and that's because of, you know, these index funds are just buying so much of these big companies that they're inflated to the most ridiculous degrees. It's like the stock, like every other sign, like unemployment, you know, per capita income, like all these things are pointing towards a recession. It's just the stock market that makes it seem like the economy's okay, but that's an illusion as well. Nvidia's been down a lot in recent weeks. It's been down, but it's going down from, like, the most inflated bubble of all time. Like, inflation's going crazy right now, and it's gonna get worse, I think. I hope not, but I really feel pretty confident it will. And this is dangerous, because then people won't have disposable income to spend on their favorite reality TV contestants turned influencers. So make sure you guys budget carefully to maintain that disposable income to give to me. Don't forget it. The AI crash is going to be bad. I think it's already starting. People are starting to view AI the same way they view crypto. It's like a brand risk at this point. People don't like hearing AI. Taryn's amazing, Sam. Don't worry. You're in good hands. I'll be back after the episode. Okay, I'm gonna get off right now. I'll raid. Is Taryn live right now? I'll raid Taryn if he's watching the episode live. But I'll be live on Patreon in about 15 minutes to watch the episode. So if you're on Patreon, enjoy that. He's not live yet. Is anyone from the community live? From this, you know, this world?